Hello everybody and welcome in. My name is Yolanda Roos and these are my timeless videos that I do for you guys. So today has been peaceful. It's been a good day. It's just I'm kind of in a mode of like I want to do everything but nothing at once. I don't know if you guys are feeling that. I did work this morning and I'm doing okay with everything. And I was just out at the kitchen making my husband a cup of coffee and I was like, man, I kind of wish I had a life, but I guess I just don't have one right now. And then I'm thinking, oh, I guess it's just a peaceful time. I said, I just wish in my peace and my quiet that I would do, like, I like to do a lot of different things. So I don't know if you're feeling the same type of energy. It's like, I've just given into it. So I'm in a moment, I'm just kind of taking in the energy of being quiet, being still. It's not my thing. I don't do still usually too well. So this has been a new journey for me, and I'm trying to live in the now. Another thing we talk about on here, because if you're too much in the future or too much in the past, you're leaking out today, because we're here today. So I try not to get too caught up in too much, and I do my housework and I do my things, but I'm waiting for that moment, like when I'm inspired to do it. I feel like there's a quiet time in the world right now, and it's not that you're not doing anything, it's that if you try to plan too far in advance, things might get like wonky and they don't usually come out. I don't know if that's how that happens with you, but I'm not really being inspired to plan too far ahead because I really don't know what's coming in. I'm doing the things that I like to do as much as possible, but I think what I've done is the reason I'm getting through it, and this might be for somebody out there, is that I'm not being mad at myself because I don't want to do anything at the moment, or I don't want to clean out my closet. Like, the back of my mind says, I need to go through this stuff, I want to get things cleaned up, blah, 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 blah. I could do X, Y, and Z, and I could paint the wall, and I could, like, my mind is telling me all these things I need to do. But I feel like the center of me is listening to the call that it's time to be quiet. And it's kind of like learning how to meditate for the first time when you're a busy person and your mind doesn't shut down. It's trial and error. Like, sometimes I just beat myself up because I want to do these things and I'm just not feeling it right now. I don't know how else to say it. And it's okay because I'm still, like, I'm doing my video each day. And what I did is I said, okay, I'm going to focus on one thing that I'm going to work toward. Now, I have two things, but it's like two separate parts of my life. So I decided that I'm going to do my videos every single day for a year, and I'm going to put them out whether people watch them or not as a timeless thing. And I was going to do a video every day and build up a clientele because I would like to eventually have my store reopened, be able to help people do things, whatever, a future goal. But I haven't put an expectation on it, just that being on the channel, doing it every day and helping people with the things that they need to know, because it helps me too, because I am part of the collective. The other part, which is my financial part, which I'm not in any dire straits or anything, but I want to be able to get my debt paid off. I got about half of my debt paid, my loans. I had loans, and now I'm working on my credit cards. So I'm focusing on just go to work, do what I have to do in the house. This is a year of recovery in our household. We've had a really rough, I would say 5 to 10 years. And not that you couldn't handle it, just heavy. A lot going on, people passing away, having to take care of parents, COVID, all the stuff. It's like, this is a year that we both, my husband and I, have decided that this was the year of recovery, that we were just going to take our time. So I don't know if there's somebody out there that needs to hear it. It's okay. Sometimes there's time in your life when you just have to be quiet, or you need to be still. And if you're an active person or you have a lot going on, it's a trial. But like, when the universe wants you to be quiet, It's doing it. It's making me be quiet. It's making me be still, because it kept saying rest, recuperation. Like I kept doing my cards and I kept saying, okay, rest. Like, how much rest do I need? I don't think it's a rest that's because you're so tired. I think it's a quietness so you can get the downloads. You can get the information from the divine. You can slow down and see. You can maybe evaluate things. You can, when you're still, there are things that are still happening for you. Because I'm always like, oh, if I'm just sitting there and doing nothing, it's not happening. No, because sometimes, I don't know about you guys, I have been working since I was 15 and it didn't stop. I even had 2-3 jobs as a regular thing because I was the mom and the dad in my house. My husband was disabled, so when it came to working, I was the one. Thank God I could work, but I didn't know how to stop. I didn't know how to not work and do things. And this is a year, it's almost like the spirit guides are like, you know what? We think you need a break. And I'm like, no, I'm good. And they're like, no, you know what? You're taking a break. And they've made it so that I can't see what's coming. I'm trying not to, I'm letting go of the past. The past is the past. You can't change what you did, who you were, where. We've talked about this on other videos. But I can't see where I'm going. So I have to just live for today. Like, I can't even see it in my cards. It won't show me anything. It's just saying, I want you to be still. I want you to just enjoy the moment. I want you to watch a movie with your husband or go out to dinner or take a nap. It's okay. If you need a nap, take a nap. Someone needs to hear that. Don't be guilty. Don't feel like you can't take your nap. So that's just what's been going on in my life, and I feel this is a collective channel. So if it's resonating or you're feeling the same thing, pick one thing a day, a couple things a day that you want to do. Don't be upset that you don't, scrub down the whole house and rub the walls and, and take everything. Get your laundry done, fold it, and you do the dishes. And then maybe you do some things that are peaceful for yourself. And then the next day, say, okay, I got to sweep the floors, and I'll get all the floors swept and vacuumed, and I will maybe make something that I like or do something. And it's becoming easier, I do have to say. It's becoming easier. So maybe some of you are going through a time frame where you're being forced to slow down. So like I said, these are collective messages. Sometimes they're going to resonate and sometimes they're not. So if it's not for you today, I apologize. Maybe tomorrow will be for you. But I feel like we're all going through this. We just had solar flares. We just had, we're going through Mercury retrograde, which is delays. We are going through a very volatile time, even in like politics and all the things going on with wars and things. And it's almost like the universe is trying to reprogram and recalibrate itself, and we're feeling it because we don't know, like, we're coming out of that old energy and going into the new energy. But I feel like here's the old, here's the new. We're kind of like right here, and I feel like the reason we can't really connect to something unless you're at that point and you've figured out what you want. Hey, that's great. I'm not there. Where do I really want to go? And okay, I don't want this because, like, I've been a server and a cook for years, like 20, 30 years. I don't want it anymore. But the problem is I don't know what I want in place of it. So right now I'm just working and doing my thing, and maybe it'll come to me like I had my little store and I'm like, okay, I don't know if I want my store, if that's what I'm supposed to do. So I'm doing what I love to do. I love to read cards. I love to help people and do therapy and stuff of that nature. So maybe if you're at the same place as I am with the energy and you're not really sure where you want to be, you're not like so depressed that you can't get out of your bed. That's something you need to address. But you're just like, just go with it. I'm calling this the F it year. Just don't worry about if you get everything done. Keep the grass mowed. Keep the dishes clean, keep the kids taken care of, wash, maybe no major projects. Maybe you just need to take a break. Maybe you need to say, okay, I just can't do it. I'm going to just enjoy some of my life. I'm going to do the basics of what I need, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to relax. Or I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have a glass of wine or a beer, or I'm going to go swimming with the kids, or I'm going to just sit on my couch, and if I fall asleep, it's okay. So if that's where you're at, it's okay. That's what I keep getting. Like, it's okay. Don't think you have to be doing something I have to tell myself, it's okay, Lonnie. Remember, this is the quiet year. This is the quiet year. And the back of my mind is like, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's talking to me, and I'm like, okay, shut up. It's the quiet year. It's the quiet year. So, pondering moments. Yeah, see, I can't make this stuff up. The Bay is asking you to slow down, pull up a chair, and take a moment to think. And I think that's part of what it is. We've been so busy and on the go that we don't even take time to think about what we want. If we're in a machine and we just keep going through the motions of life and we're just going through life, we're not living life. Maybe somebody needs to hear that too. Maybe it's time to just stop. Not completely stop, but stop long enough that you can actually think. You can maybe look on your phone and see if there's someplace you want to go, or just sit and think. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Because that's what I've been trying to do with myself, and I'm getting there. You know, I'm looking at maybe doing my business. So I'm not saying I'm going to do my business. I'm thinking like, what kind of names? What would I like to do? What would I want my place to be? What do I want my daily life filled with? So that I can feel like I am working, but I'm doing something I enjoy, or my life is something that I'm choosing to do, not that it's being chosen for me. So it says, consider your next steps, where you are headed, and if you are on the right path. Slow down long enough to ponder your presence in this life. Yeah, it's like we need to take a moment to think about where we're going. Not that we are gonna, I think what it is like we have to have an arrow. And we have to realize that during this Mercury retrograde, I feel like it's been a presence of, do I really want that? Or am I just used to that? Do I really need those things? Or they just always been there and I think they're pretty and I don't want to get rid of them, but I don't use them. Am I really in a career that I love? Am I doing the things that I want to do? Am I so busy that I can't do the things that I enjoy? Because there is a balance that we have to find in our life between all the things we're doing and some things that bring pleasure. You know, that's like if you're always playing, you're not going to pay your bills. But if you're always working, you're going to be frazzled and burnt out and you're going to be bored. You know, you're not going to, it's that chariot energy of finding that balance. Live a life that makes you happy. I'm telling you, I can't make this stuff up. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, spirits. This is just confirmation. Live a life that makes you happy. Choose to do what you want, not what others want you to do. Take accountability for your life choices and the life you choose to live. So I think what's happening now is that we've always been told what we should do. Now, I'm at an age, I'm 52. I don't care what people think. I do care if I hurt somebody's feelings or whatever. But you come to a point in your life when you have to start living for what is real and good and true to you. If it's not hurting other people, my adage is nobody's damn business. It's your business. It's your life. You know, and a lot of times we feel like if you're this, and this, you have to do this. And we don't. We really do have a freedom. I mean, we live in a country that's free. I'm in America. There are limitations. But we have a choice to be and do what we want in this life where I think we've just been on autopilot and we just go through the motions. And it's like, I want to say, my mind is like, you're missing life. You're missing those things that you came here to experience. And I think it's like, there's a moment in the universe that's like, okay, we need to help the human people. We need to slow them down so they can do it. But if we don't slow them down and do it like cosmically, they're not going to slow down. And I feel like what's happening is we're getting a moment to breathe, not because we chose to, but because our spirit guides and our angels that love us, the creator, the divine, says, yeah, I think we need to slow them down. I think they need to just take in, figure out what they want. They're kind of like robots right now, and we need to just get them back to that beautiful choice created life. Like, there are some things you can't choose. I mean, I get it, but there's a lot of things you do get a chance to choose. All right, so we've got key successful outcome to your problems. There might be something you have to figure out, and maybe you can do that if you're quiet. Maybe that's part of it. Handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Maybe you meet somebody that brings about something. You meet somebody, you find out about something. Grapes. Time to go out and have fun. Yeah, that is a fun time. And then this is the one that popped out first. And it's Ram. A stubborn, aggressive person. So maybe that's somebody that's having a little bit of control in your life, or you need to maybe not be as stubborn or be so affirmative of what you want. Maybe it's time to lighten up a little bit. So we'll get a couple cards here. Let's just see what we got. And woo, flying on the ground. Okay, so there's 3 of them. Perfect. First one out is relaxation. I'm telling you, I love this. So yeah, this reading was for people that needed to slow down. So we've got relaxation, flexibility, yeah, going with the flow, being ready for whatever is going to happen, being in a state of not having expectation or having like an outcome that it has to be, that you're flexible to the outcome, you're flexible to what's happening, you're flexible to what's coming in, and flow. Yeah, they want you to relax, be flexible, be open, know that they may have beautiful things coming in for you that has nothing to do with anything that you've chosen, but it's so beautiful and wonderful for you. And if you go with the flow, you need to just be flexible. And I feel like with Mercury retrograde, there's delays, there's things that happen, there's things that will glitch, will delay you, and you need to be flexible and not so rigid and not so like frustrated, because that's how you'll get through Mercury retrograde without being too insane, okay? Because that's how I do it. I try to tell everybody that it's Mercury retrograde because that's how I sometimes can cope with the mishaps. I'm like, okay, it must be Mercury retrograde. I just have to be patient, because what happens is if you get upset and it triggers you, yes, it can be beneficial. You'll find out what triggers you, but sometimes you make it worse than it needs to be, or you're getting yourself all worked up and you don't want to be bothered. And I get it. Nobody wants to be bothered when they're trying to get things done, or have a blown tire, or something go wrong, or communications or systems aren't working. Solar flares are coming through, so they're causing mishaps with probably communication a little bit. All right, what messages do we have? We have 2 decks here. We're going to pull some messages, and then you'll be all set for the day. Thank you for coming here. If you like the messages that you're receiving and you're still watching, go ahead and subscribe. That'll let you know the information when it's coming out. And if you like the content, or if it's resonating you, I'd love a like, just so I know. And if you like it, somebody else might like it. So we just figure if you can subscribe or like, it just helps to grow our channel and helps people to know that there's content that they may like. All right, so pay attention to your dreams. I just was dreaming today. Your dreams is your subconscious part of your mind that tells you what you really feel about things. Not the pretend, not what you think you should feel. This is how you really feel. So I would say pay attention to your dreams. If you don't understand them, look it up. There's usually going to be something significant that stands out. Whatever stands out to you, if it's a color, if it's a thing, an animal, a bug, an environment, an emotion, and link it and see how you feel about, well, water is emotion usually. Animals and insects can mean different things. So pay attention to what's going on, because it's going to help you understand what's happening at the core of who you are. The true, not the watered down, or I'm good, and you're not. Okay, so, and you could be, it could be what is really happening, and it could help you to deal with some stuff. This is your next card. Interrupt your fear and replace it with gratitude. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't be scared. Go for it. The thing that's the most scary is probably the best thing for you. It's putting yourself outside your comfort zone. Allow your heart to surrender everything to the moment. Yeah. So I feel like these 3 cards are like, listen to yourself, that quiet time, the dreaming. Maybe we have to be quiet. Maybe if you take a nap, you'll get some dreams and it'll help you to see what's going on. And then if you're scared of something, or you're dealing with fear, and there could be fear just like it's the unknown, so I don't know what to expect, and a lot of people, half of the world out there wants to be comfortable. They don't want to go out of their comfort zone. I'm good, I'm here, I'm good, I'm balanced, I have control. That's the hard thing we have to let go. And then surrender to what's happening. Stop trying to control it. Just enjoy it. Be a part of the day. If it's rainy, do something inside or get wet. One or the other. Don't get upset. Okay, the plants are getting watered. It's kind of like what I think we talked about before. Just find something good. Oh, it's watering the plants. Everything needs water. The rivers are filling. If we didn't have water, we wouldn't have drinking water. The water has to go back into the ground. So that's just a little side note. Rapid changes. Let your flexibility serve you. Okay, so flexibility is a main key. They're telling you flexibility. Flower, jellyfish. Your routine matters. Are you content with it? Okay, so that's the part that we're talking about. Evaluate what you want in your life. Evaluate what's happening. Evaluate what you think you need to do, what's missing, if there's too much, if you need to just reevaluate. So the time right now is to be quiet. And quiet doesn't mean you're not doing anything. It just means that you allow your mind to think. That you allow your mind to be quiet enough to think about those things that you are not thinking about, or you just don't have time, or you don't want to think about it. Figure out what you want in life. Figure out where you're going. Figure out if your routines are helping you or if they're hindering you. Go within. If you need to relax and you need to sleep, you need to sleep. You might be recovering from stress overload, environmental overload. You might have an injury that you have to heal from. You might have a lot of family distress that's happened and it's finally cleared and you just need to rest. It's like exhale after the storm, so give yourself that time to rest, recuperate, and be and do what you need to do to get yourself back to being 100%, or at least pretty darn close. Guys, that was my message for today. I hope it helps you and you can find that peace and that routine and that life that makes you happy. Have a great day, guys.